Emerson. Now, for being 132 years old and traveling over 450 miles yesterday, I'd say Charles Willard looks pretty good. He's been missing from Muncie since the 1960s, but yesterday a crew helped bring him back home to Indiana.
No, nobody really knew where he was.
Thanks to the work of the Delaware County Historical Society, Charles Willard is back in his home city.
He was one of several people that had hunted for the statue over the years. I'm just the lucky one that finally found him. Finally tried Googling statues of Tennessee, and it took about an hour flipping through different statues because there's a lot of them in Tennessee, and finally found him that way.
He was found in the Chattanooga Choo Choo Hotel courtyard, where he has been for at least a couple decades, although no one for sure knew who he was.
Whoever you were with at the Choo Choo at the time, the very first time you sort of experienced it, you know, someone always said, "Oh, and that's so-and-so." Like, so there's not one story or two stories here in Chattanooga about the statue. There's 1,000 stories on who he was.
We contacted the Chattanooga Choo Choo station and asked them about a guy with his hand on a tree stump, and they said, "Oh yeah, and Mr. I think it was James Wilson or something like that, James Andrews."
Cannon's company brought the statue to Muncie, something Good is grateful for.
Our pictures were only black and white ones from the newspaper, and it really didn't show very much detail, but the statue really is beautifully carved and has a lot of fine detail to it. It's one of the nicest statues I think I've ever seen.
Now, as for the cost of moving the statue from Tennessee back to Indiana, Tucker Build actually did it for free. They said they already had the equipment and the manpower, so it was a relatively easy job. Live from the Delaware County Historical Society, Michelle Kaufman, NewsLink, Indiana.